Okay, so like I said, let's move this out of the way. Do the big free lifts. The way it's going to work is I'm going to get you to show me a few reps, form. Then I'm going to get you to talk through it, and then I'll demo it, and then we'll talk over a few cues, I should say, sorry, and then you're going to coach me. Yeah? Okay, so just do a few reps for me to start off with. Whatever's easier, whatever you feels more natural. Nice work, okay. Cool. So, talk me through it. How would you do a deadlift?
So for conventional stance, you get feet like hips away. Like 4 fingers away from the bar, roughly. And then
Away from the bar, did you say? Oh, in terms of what, your ankles? Yeah.
And then 2 grips. Or just
Alternating.
Yeah, so straight back, knees bent, and shoulders to the back, and stand up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to demo it. So, you're pretty spot on with a lot of the cues there. Like you said, feet shoulder width apart. You also want them to be parallel as well, because what you don't want to have the knees out there, because they're just going to get in the way. So, feet shoulder width apart, parallel. Very similar to what you just said. You're going to actually have your laces directly underneath the bar, which is roughly what you just said in terms of the finger length. Knees soft. So the first part is like a good morning. Do you remember the good mornings that we were doing? So you're pushing your hips back. So with the knees, you know when you lock out your knees, all you got to do, release them. The rest of it comes from pushing your hips back, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. As you can see, I can't quite grip onto the bar yet. So for the rest of the movement, what we're going to do, we're going to bend the knees to put our hands onto the bar. Hands go outside the feet on either side. I know you won't be able to see this, like side on, but what we're looking for, and you weren't too far off it at all, is in this position, you want to have your shoulders above your hips and your hips above your knees. Do you know what I mean? So you're not coming down here, you're not lifting your hips too high, somewhere in the middle. Of course, I'll be your eyes from the side, but that is exactly what we're looking for. Also, a very slight movement that we're looking for is this. Yeah, so what you're doing, you're tensing up the lats. That will help keep everything tight throughout the whole movement. From here, nicely breath in, driving up, pushing those hips through at the very top. I'm going to take my necklace off because that's quite annoying. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, from this position, another thing you also want to remember as well, with tightening everything up, so you sort of did it for a couple reps, but then you didn't do it for a couple reps, is the movement of your head. That's it. So you almost want to imagine if you've got like a tennis ball or a golf ball stuck underneath your chin, and your neck does not go anywhere. You do see a lot of people, as they're about to lift, they'll lift their head up. That's going to put an unnecessary strain on the back of the neck. So you want to just keep that head in alignment with the rest of your spine. Nicely breath in, drive up, push those hips through at the very top. What would you say about the downward phase of a deadlift? Yeah. So, yeah, we try not to, because actually the downward phase of a deadlift is equally as important as the upward phase. So what you want to do, all in reverse, you're going to push your hips back, you're going to let that bar roll down your thighs, past the knees, drop down the shins, keeping that back straight still. Then you're going to bend the knees once that bar's around about mid-shin. One other thing as well, so when you start to get heavy, so what's your 1 rep max for a deadlift? 120? Yeah? With that one, I'm sure it's a bit of a strain, isn't it? Like a 1 rep max. You're like, oh God, this is heavy. With that one, your legs become your best friend. It's the same with bench press, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. The first quarter of a deadlift should always be using your legs. So when you're lifting up here, you've got to drive those feet into the floor. With a lot of people, you see them sort of lift up like that. Do you know what I mean? So you want to really push those feet off. Once that bar's off the floor, then you go with the hips. So, what we're going to do, you're going to do a few more reps. We're going to adjust your deadlift very slightly, and then you're going to teach me. Yeah? That's it. So keep that head tucked in. That's it. That's it. So pause at the top. So what you're going to do now, you're going to push your hips back. That's it. Let the bar roll down the thighs, so don't bend your knees just yet. That's it. Let them roll down the thighs, past the shins. Keep going, keep going. Now bend your knees. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? Because you want to focus on like the forward, the backwards and forwards motion. Basically, yeah. So, you ever done an RDL before? Romanian deadlift. So it's literally that reverse of a deadlift. So you start at the top. No, so it's the one where you basically push your hips back. It's a hamstring exercise. You start at the top. Yeah, so it's exactly the same, pushing your hips back. Once you feel that stretching the hamstrings, you come back up. So you never actually put the bar on the floor. So we'll do a few more reps. We're going to focus on the upward and downward phase. That's it. Keep pushing your hips back. That's it. Nice. Good. And then push those hips backwards. That's it. That's better. That's better. There you go. Good work. Okay. What we're going to do now, we're going to actually try slightly heavier before you coach me. So grab another couple tens. Do you reckon you could do the downward phase as well? Yeah? Pass,
60.
This one. This will make it 80. So we'll stick with 80. Sort of now.